welcome to another lazy Sunday down the clubhouse. Autumn has really taken grip, and yes, it's quite chilly outside, hence the need for some warmth to heat the clubhouse up. The weather today didn't get above 11 degrees, I don't think. A lovely sunny day, but yeah, proper cold now. Autumn is here, so yes, it's evening now, hence why the blind's down. And yeah, quite chilly outside, so a bit of pixelated heat will be lovely. Anyway, yes, I've been getting on with my Mixed Box Monthly series. So had two of the Elgood's fruited sours today. The one I'm currently drinking is the fruit one, which is blackberry and raspberry, and very tasty it is too. I think I've got 4 bottles of that left, so another 2 sessions, and the first video can come out, and I'll do a review of all the beers. So yes, that's been quite a fun little series to do, and yeah, I'll be moving on to Polly's for November. So yeah, hopefully it's a good video series which people will enjoy, and hopefully some people might join in and start their own Mixed Box Monthly. As I said, the idea behind it is to buy a mixed box from different breweries up and down the country, ones you wouldn't normally try, give them a go, see what you think. You know, you're supporting the brewery and you're diversifying your own experience. Or just getting pissed, drinking beer, one of the two. So yes, Sunday today, popped down to the White Lime pub in Watford for Sunday lunch, which was excellent as always. When I'm not working at the weekends, my dad and I pop there for Sunday lunch, and they've usually got Harvey's Sussex Best on cask. The landlord looks after his cask beer very well, so they had Harvey's Sussex Best on. They had Horizon, which I think is a Fuller's beer, I can't quite remember. And they also had Otter Amber from Devon Way. So yes, we had a pint of Otter Amber, and what a lovely beer that is. Sort of like it's a light golden beer, amber beer, obviously. But yeah, really nice sort of caramel honey maltiness to it. Yes, that was very tasty. I did enjoy that. So we had 3 pints of that with roast dinner whilst watching the rugger, which was fun because I don't really watch sports very often. I think the only thing I watch is the Formula 1. I used to watch darts and snooker, but we've given up our TV licence and we now don't watch anything. So yeah, it was nice to see some sporting action live on the television. England versus Fiji. Funnily enough, actually, one of the England team, Jamie George, used to go to the same school as me. In fact, he was the year above me. Was in the boys' house Bartle Frere. Bartle Frere were the sports house. You know, all the sporting lads went into that house. They were the ones to beat at any sporting event. I was in Kipling, we were more artistic, more cultured. But yes, we you know, our sports team were fairly strong, but yeah, they were always the ones to beat. So yes, I saw him play rugby at school, and now see him playing rugby on the telly. So yeah, a bit of a fun experience. But you know, well done to him. Obviously, he's followed his passion. You know, something he excelled at school, and now excels at as a profession. A lot to be said for that. So, yeah, speaking of famous sporting alumni, Oscar Piastri, the McLaren Formula 1 driver, he was in the same house as me at Haileybury, but he was about 10 years after I'd left, I think. So, yeah, same house, but yeah, obviously a lot younger than me. So, yeah, he's done quite well racing for McLaren of late. He came first in the sprint race in, was it Qatar? And then second in the main race. So yeah, he's done quite well for himself. So yes, that's the little sporting connection I've got. I think Sir Sterling Moss also went to my school. That was obviously several years before I was born. Well, several decades before I was born, but anyway, there we go. Moving on, Oktoberfest. Yes, I did my Oktoberfest party yesterday. I mean, it went well, but the last time I did it was 2021, I think. Yeah, I think so. It was when sort of the lockdowns were finishing, and that was really well attended. Had lots of people for that. The lagers I had been aged for 2 years because I brewed them for 2020, I think. I can't quite remember, but obviously, you know, COVID happened, went into lockdown, so I kept these kegs of lager squirreled away until I could use them for a beer festival. So yes, when obviously all the lockdown stuff ended in 2021, I did have my Oktoberfest party. Bought a load of sausages from the sausage man, including Volkswagen Bratwurst or whatever they were. So Volkswagen car company, obviously they're German based. They actually also own a sausage factory because their workers eat so many sausages. Bet you didn't know that, or if you did know it, well done. So yes, this year wasn't quite going to the same lengths. I brewed the Calypso Pale Ale, which was surprisingly more like a lager than a pale ale. I think it was that Nottingham yeast, and I couldn't be bothered to do anything with it, so it sat in the fermenter chilling for a couple of weeks. So I think that might have accidentally lagered it. But it made a fairly nice pale beer. I will do a drinking video of that in due course. I was very uncertain about it because from the fermenter it was very sweet, and I was like, it's not very well balanced, it's going to be a crap beer. But I thought, well, let's keg it and see what happens. And yeah, kegging it and giving it some carbonation really did lift it, and it turned into quite a nice beer. So yeah, I said I'll do a review video on that in due course. And the Oktoberfest lager I made using that Nova lager yeast, and yeah, it turned out all right. Don't think it was as good as the Oktoberfest beer I did the previous time, but it was still quite pleasant. So seeing as we were talking about Oktoberfest, I thought I'd pour myself some of the Oktoberfest lager there. You might not be able to see, but it has cleared up quite nicely actually. So I had 2 kegs of this for my Oktoberfest party. I've had the 20 litre Corny keg, which is on tap down here, which is nice and clear. And I also had a 50 litre keg, which I only filled up last week, I think it was. So that was up by the clubhouse because I split the Oktoberfest into 2 halves. So I had the daytime up in the garden where you got the last of the sunshine, and when the sun went down we moved down here, lit a big fire and tried to stay warm in absolutely bollock freezing cold. It was nippy, but yes, enjoy some photographs of the Oktoberfest and then we'll talk about the beer. Oktoberfest party. Yeah, I was disappointed with the number of people who came along. You know, it was great seeing everyone I saw, but we were so well attended in 2021. I was expecting similar numbers this year, but yeah, there was 2 or 3 groups of people who said they were going to come along and then didn't. Some people just never replied to me. So yeah, a bit frustrating. We've got 2 French baguettes now that we've got to use up, and 2 packs of sausages, which will go in the freezer. So yeah, irritating, but you know, you can't expect everyone to turn up for your events. So anyway, yes, as I said, the clarity is pretty good, nurse. Again, it's very malty. It's got sort of like a cereal caramel malty base to it, I'd say. Slight hints of toffee, only very slight though. Quite creamy. A little bit of fruity back end to it. Yeah, the one I did the previous year was a lot nicer. But oh well, there you go. Hopefully next year's one will be even better. Whether I go and do the Nova Lager again, or brew it earlier, keep it longer, and use a normal lager yeast, not sure. Also, this was the first beer I've done with a Nova Lager, and it was fairly interesting. It's performed moderately well, I think. So yeah, I've got to have to think about the Nova Lager. I want to do a Pilsner and perhaps like a fruity, not fruity, like an IPL sort of thing, you know, a high hop beer, possibly. But yeah, I'll think about that. So yes, so we're reaching the end of the evening. I've had to move seats because the back of my neck was getting very warm with the fire, and because obviously you all wanted to see the Fall of Madonna. So yes, I'm kicking back with a cigar and a whiskey in my, is it Nolan or Norland? Nolan, I think. Whiskey glass, very fancy. This is Dalmore 18, if you know your drams, and cigars, a Toscana Antica, Italian cigar, cheroot sort of thing. It's pretty pokey actually. I normally cut these in half. I just have half of them. Quite pokey, and they do burn quite long. You know, they're a lengthy cigar to smoke. It takes, you know, quite a long time, about an hour or so. So an hour of whiskey and cigars, I'm going to be happy as a pig in shit. Obviously, got to keep it lit whilst talking. So yes, whiskey. It's very nice as well. Quite a lot of vanilla notes in there. Yes. I'll be only having the one whiskey though. Well, maybe 2. I might finish the bottle off as there's not much left. Work tomorrow, obviously. So not going to go overboard. It's 10 to 10, so by the time I've sorted this out, it'll be 10:30, 11:15. Good time to go to bed then. I say work tomorrow. Tuesday, I need to bottle my Coronation Ale. That's a job to do, and send that off. And yes, I do want to brew Old London Porter next week, but I need to empty the fermenters. I need to check the Oktoberfest and the Calypso, see how much is left, because I have kegged and cast a load of it, but you know, it still kept pouring, so there might be a litre left, there might be 20 litres left. I need to check. So anyway, that's a job for next week, and then brew Old London Porter. So from Madonna and I, thank you very much for watching, and we shall see you again soon. Farewell.